Vampire Stories. The Secret Collection of Thomas Merrylin. London. Professor Thomas Merrylin was born in 1782 in Hellingshire, northern England, into a wealthy aristocratic family. His mother died during childbirth, and he was raised by his father Edward, an army general. Once retired, his father fell in love with esoteric natural history, dedicating the rest of his life to traveling the world in search of illusory artifacts and hidden species that supposedly reside on forgotten continents or mysterious places, far from prying eyes. Subscribe and like so we can make more content like this. Thank you. They traveled together for many years until their father suffered a sudden death. Since then, Thomas found solace in his work and in continuing the collection he had started with his father. In 1899, he took a small part of his specimens to carry out a tour through America, but he was not successful due to the conservative attitudes of the scholars of that time. So much so that, as explained on the museum's website, many considered the exhibition as pure blasphemy. In the following years, Merrylin expanded the collection exponentially and traveled to all corners of the earth, attracting followers and researchers who added new pieces to his collection. During the spring of 1942, a person who identified himself as Thomas Theodore Merrylin contacted the Tunbridge Orphanage for Boys. The supposed Merrylin, already aged, wanted to donate an important house in London to said institution for its use. The only conditions were that the house should never be sold, and that the basement should never be opened. Furthermore, the man who claimed to be Thomas quickly disappeared without a trace. The Merrylin estate was also sold, and the money donated to charity. The orphanage kept its promise regarding the basement until the property had to be demolished to make way for a new residential neighborhood. This is how the workers found the basement by chance, and upon entering they found thousands of mysterious sealed wooden boxes. And, although some specimens are clearly the product of human ingenuity, it is no less true that there are others capable of intriguing even the most skeptical. Whatever the case, the unpublished collection surely raised numerous questions: forgery, artistic creation, reality. If the protagonists of fairy tales and their fantastic creatures really existed, this would challenge our knowledge about nature and at the same time fuel the question, why hide it? If some pieces are proven to be authentic, it would constitute a paradigm shift for science and the history we were told. The truth is that in reality it is not that the collection is false, but that it was never found in a basement, and that Thomas Merrylin never existed. The bones are synthetic and are part of an artistic project, and Thomas Merrylin is actually Alex C.F., a writer, illustrator, sculptor and great fan of the supernatural. This peculiar exhibition can be found in Merrylin Cryptid Museum, London. Currently Alex C.F., a great admirer of the legacy of Professor Thomas Theodore Merrylin, is the one who directs and maintains the Merrylin Cryptid Museum in London, which is why some have called him an opportunist and swindler, although he ignores such statements. This unconventional museum has managed to awaken the curiosity of many by challenging the species of living beings classified by science. Preserved remains of fairies, goblins, dragons, mermaids, werewolves and other creatures are part of this unusual collection that I assure you will impress you. See you around.